Welcome back, everybody. My name is Kavika, and I am the Squared Circled Scholar, and today I will be giving my predictions for WWE's Clash at Paris. Just like most of the PLEs this year, we got a nice short 5-match card, and let's get right into it. First match, we have Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. We have the Tribal Chief versus the Tribal Thief. The Ulafala versus the Shulafala. And I know it's been said a bunch of times all over the internet, but this is definitely what Bronson Reed needed for his character. I know it's not much of a character to just be stealing Roman Reigns' shoes, but at least it's something, because otherwise he was just going to be big. And I also do like this small little rivalry for Roman as well, because he doesn't need to be in either title picture right now, or any title picture. He doesn't need the World, the WWE, Intercontinental, United States, nothing. He don't need nothing. He is a made man, so let's use him to make someone else. So now I do think Bronson's shoe collection is quite lacking right now, if you ask me. And Roman Reigns, why would he need to beat Bronson here? What, because Paul's there? Paul Heyman? No. Paul Heyman's probably, I would imagine, going to do something to get on Roman Reigns' bad side during the match, giving Bronson the chance to actually rip off his shoes. That'd be hilarious if Paul did something, and then as he's messing with him, that would be perfect. And you know, the Tribal Thief has been getting away with a lot. I mean, a lot these past few weeks. And here at Clash at Paris, I don't think it's going to be any different at all. I think he's going to add another shoe to the Shulafala, continue being the Tribal Thief, and maybe even move on to stealing other people's shoes and just have this massive Shulafala around his neck. Maybe it'll dangle all the way to the ground. So that is why Bronson Reed is winning here at Clash at Paris. Next on the card, we have for the Women's Intercontinental Championship champion Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. I think this feud's kind of, short and sweet. We're not going to have this one keep going on like they did Becky and Lyra, and then they sprinkled in Bayley there. This one's short and sweet. They already have their legend in Becky Lynch holding the title to give it, the backing it needs to feel like a real title. Nikki Bella doesn't need this, so I think Becky's gonna win. I don't know why you'd give it to Nikki, because she's gonna fight Lyra, and then Lyra's gonna take it off her, or she's gonna fight Bayley and Bayley's gonna take it off of her. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Now I do want to talk about Becky just a little bit, because where's the Women's United States title? Where's that? Becky was literally on SmackDown, where the Women's United States Championship is, Champion Julia, and Becky got more screen time than SmackDown's champion. Becky's on Raw, not SmackDown, and I can understand having the title, Becky's title here, and then maybe the United States Championship at another premium live event, but I don't need Becky on both shows. I don't need Becky both shows. So can we please give the Women's United States Championship just a tad more love? Actually give some storylines, maybe bolster up that division. I understand the, men's tag team division on SmackDown is absolutely on fire. Can we, send some of that fire over to the women's division on SmackDown? Please and thank you. Anyways, Becky is retaining. Next on the card, we have Sheamus versus Rusev in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. I really hate to say it, but I don't care about this match, and I don't know a single person that does. It seems like the past few people that have, came from AEW back to WWE, WWE is really trying to push them as not necessarily main event stars, but trying to bolster them up to get to that position. And it genuinely just feels like that it's not working. Rusev being one of the biggest glaring examples. No one online, in the crowd, like nobody cares about this at all. And you know, it's just, I hate to say it too, but it seems like nobody cares about Aleister Black either. Like, they gave him this amazing entrance and just nobody cares. I will say this. There's been more noise made during an Aleister Black match than there has been a Rusev match, which is why I don't understand why it's here at Clash of Paris. I mean, I get it because it's a good old-fashioned Donnie Burke match, you know, and any rules go. So it's a change of pace from all the other matches and everything. It just, I don't care to see this at all. And the thing is, we already know who's going to win. Sheamus doesn't need the push. Rusev does, because they need something behind him. They have this small storyline with Sheamus, and then he's going to win here, and then maybe go for like an Intercontinental title, maybe move over to SmackDown. He needs something. Bring back Rusev Day. Next on the card, we have John Cena versus Logan Paul. We have now reached the point where we're going to start getting into the single digits of what's left of John Cena's WWE career. He has, I think, Clash of Paris is his 10th date left, and then after that, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, so on and so forth. And we have wasted a significant amount of time with Logan Paul and John Cena. Not necessarily versus each other, because there was that little stint where they were tag teaming for a bit, but why was Logan Paul such a huge part of the retirement of John Cena, the retirement tour, I should say? Like, I feel like this is going to be a good match, at least a serviceable match, hopefully nothing like WrestleMania 41, but who's clamoring for this? Who wants this? I know WWE wants there to be a viral moment, but do you need Logan Paul? I feel like all you need is John Cena versus literally anybody. And there's so many people on the roster that could be in this spot, and I feel like be a better fit. Like, you put The Miz here, sure, they may not have the greatest match in the world, but at least there be more story to it. You know, put Rusev here. Literally anybody. Why Logan Paul? Give me Jelly Roll. Put Jelly Roll versus John Cena. At least people actually pop for that. But I get it. You know, John has turned face, and they need a big bad heel so that people actually boo the bad guy and then, you know, cheer for John Cena. And it's not like this, oh, we're going to halfway cheer for Cena, halfway boo for him. I get it. It's just, I wish it was more. I hope that these last few dates of John Cena's, especially once we start really getting into the single digits, you know, like last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we really pick up some kind of story, and it's not just the John Cena retirement tour, because I don't know, it just feels like a waste if it's just a retirement tour. You know, wrestling is about storylines, and yes, while it can be used as a storyline, I don't think they should use it as a crutch, which they kind of have been this entire time. Anyways, I think Logan Paul is going to win because John Cena lost, you know, the WWE Championship, and I think he's just going to go on this long losing streak because it's going to be Cody, Logan Paul, Brock Lesnar, I think is next month, I think, or the month after that, whatever it is. Brock Lesnar, he's going to have like loss after loss after loss after loss, and I think last few ones, they're going to let him go out on top. That's just my thinking. So Logan Paul is going to win here. And for the main event at Clash at Paris, we have, for the World Heavyweight Championship, a fatal four-way match. Champion Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Jey Uso versus LA Knight. Before this night's Raw, I'm recording this on Monday night. Before this Monday night, I had the thought of like, well, Seth's just going to go in and win because they're like, Punk had it for 5 minutes. LA Knight hasn't even touched the gold. And Jey Uso, respectfully, is probably the worst World Heavyweight Champion we've had for this specific title, this era of this World Heavyweight Championship, not the big gold belt, this one. But then we had that interaction right at the end of Monday Night Raw. You had Seth, Braun, CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight in the ring. And I think Paul Heyman was at ringside too, like holding up the belt, if I remember right. And we saw the breakdown of all the baby faces in the match going at each other, which I think adds a nice twinge to this match. It really just felt like it was going to be a 3-on-1, and once they took out Seth, it was like, now it's a free-for-all. But now we go into this match, it's a kind of a free-for-all, because if you think about it, Jey, Punk, and Knight all want to take out Rollins because he's the champ and they hate him. Punk hates Seth. LA Knight hates Punk. Punk hates LA Knight. Well, maybe not hates, but he does not care for him. And then you have like the lone actual babyface, which is Jey Uso. And it surprised me that Jey went and kicked, who was it now? Punk? I think he kicked Punk in the face. And then like LA Knight rolled out. I can't exactly remember, but I'm pretty sure he kicked Punk in the face. And it was like, oh my goodness, what is going on here? I do think the title is changing hands here. I think they're going to give Seth his little tiny run. He got his faction where he wants it. Now we got to slowly put in the plans to slowly dismantle it. Not as slow as the Judgment Day, but slow. I don't think it's Jey, because Jey's won it twice now. One time? I can't even remember. But the reigns were so forgettable. It was just kind of like, okay, who's the next champion? Gunther? Okay, cool. Let's move on. Punk held it for 5 minutes, less than Drew McIntyre. And I don't think they're going to give it to him, because I think they're going to keep rolling with this Seth Punk train as we start heading towards the road to WrestleMania. Which leaves me with one guy. I think this is where they're finally going to give LA Knight his flowers and allow him to show if he's actually worth being a World Heavyweight Champion. Is he better at chasing it, or is he a better champion? Now, that will all depend on if they book him correctly. Like, they booked Jey Uso as a horrible, horrible World Heavyweight Champion. But if they could give him something good, I feel like LA Knight could really run with this. And it's not like he has to pin Seth. He can pin Punk. He can pin Jey. You can make every single person here look strong and still have LA Knight win. You have Seth as a main eventer, Punk as a main eventer. Jey Uso has cemented himself as a main eventer. And this right here at Clash at Paris, you could cement LA Knight as a main eventer. Wouldn't that be amazing? So yes, while it might be just, a tad bit crazy, I do think they are going to crown LA Knight here as the World Heavyweight Champion. And you know what? He's going to pin CM Punk. That's what's going to happen. I've already wrote it down. I'm reading your mind, Triple H. And those are my predictions for WWE's Clash at Paris. Let me know down below in the comments, who do you think's going to win? Am I crazy for thinking LA Knight's going to win? Probably just a little. Let me know in the comments down below if you think I'm absolutely insane. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.